Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. Hope everybody's doing good and well as usual. If you are brand new here, my name is Nikki and today we are going to be talking about nail polishes in my collection that were hyped up and 100% worth the hype. Now I have done a video like this before where a bunch of polishes were hyped up that I didn't really gravitate towards. For these 10 behind me, they were talked about over and over again, so I decided to pick them up and I was not disappointed by these choices. Now I feel like there are so many polishes that could fit into these category, and a lot of them I would say I don't have in my collection, but there are a few gems. Well, all my polishes are gems, let's be real, but there are some that just are not like the others. And these 10 are those for me. So I am going to be doing some live swatches for you guys today. So let's just get into it. The first three are all from China Glaze, and we are starting with Ruby Pumps. This is definitely on everybody's favorite China Glaze top 10 list. Top 20 list is usually in the top 5 that I see on people's videos. And with good reason. This has this beautiful lit within look that really reminds you of Dorothy's slippers, so it is definitely amply named. I do tend to gravitate towards these polishes because these in the sun are just so magnetic and beautiful to look at. They're very drawing, very attractive, and red is one of those colors on the nails that is pretty common, and when you kind of have the usual reds, you want something a bit different. I think this one serves a lot of things that are different. Definitely a Hall of Fame polish for China Glaze. That whole Wizard of Oz collection was phenomenal and so creative, but this one really just spoke volumes for me, and it's definitely one of my number one China Glazes. Next, we're looking at Zombie Zest, which came out the same year as Ruby Pumps, except for Halloween 2010. This is a beautiful glass fleck green gorgeousness. I cannot say enough things about this polish. It's definitely sought after for a reason because it's just beautifully and unusually unique. It's so obscure, and I think that's just why people are so attracted to it. Has also kind of this lit within look as well, with a bit of purple and blue shimmer in there. It's not going to pick up that much on my swatch here, but it comes out in the bottle just as well on the nail in certain lighting. Definitely just a standout for the brand and just a standout for ugly pretty polishes. Third, we have Pearl Jammin, which came out in their fall 2016 collection, and that collection was based all off on 90s grunge, and I mean, that collection just spoke to my heart, but I'm definitely not biased on this polish. It is just this effulgent beauty that really is a standout for the brand because it's leaning more into the indie world, where they had those really, really super glowy polishes. The only thing that this is missing is maybe some microflake, but that's what we have toppers for, and this one looks gorgeous with toppers. You're gonna see more of the glow in my swatch than in my swatch picture because I haven't worn this polish in quite some time, but it is definitely still widely available and widely popular. It's gorgeous. After that, we're taking a look at Essie's Plain Koi. This did come out in their fall 2016 collection. It was based all off Japan. I was supposed to go to Japan in April 2020, but we all know how that went. I was so excited when I saw this collection, and especially this burnt orange. I featured this a few times in my videos, but this is definitely one of my favorite Essies in my collection, and kind of really maybe pay attention to oranges like this. I hadn't really seen a burnt orange that I liked before this polish came out, and for me, this polish just sets the standards of what a burnt orange is all about. It's gorgeous in formula, it's opaque in color, it lasts long on the nails. It's a trifecta of a fall polish. What can I say? So on my second swatch there, you can see it's at full opacity. Oh, this just makes my fall heart sing and I'm so excited for all the polishes to come this year. But yeah, definitely just a super popular polish that, Essie did real good with. Next, we're taking a look at Color Club's Crystal Baller. Now, Color Club has an abundant amount of gorgeous hollows, but this one it hits differently than the rest of the hollows, in my opinion. I think it's beautifully saturated. It's almost a one coater, as you can see, and the hollow in there really, really shines on the in indoor lighting and also in outdoor lighting. And that's what I really, really look for in my hollows. I want to see the best of both worlds, because hollows aren't my favorite finishes, but some of them in the sun, they're just so irresistible. They're too good to pass up. And this is definitely a standout for the brand. And maybe really, really take a look at Color Club's specialty finishes, because they're one mainstream brand that really does special finishes quite well next to China Glaze. That was Crystal Baller. Okay, now I could talk for days about Orly Synthetic Symphony and why it is so widely talked about. It is the perfect cross between that gorgeous purple and pink cream with a little bit of blue. I see a lot of colors in this polish. It's gorgeous and almost a one coater on that first coat. It's not streaky. It applies beautifully. I think if you applied it pretty thick, you'd even get it one coater, but I like to apply my polishes in pretty thin coats, as I just slapped this on. But I just love the opacity of this polish. I love seeing it build up against my skin tone as well. It just makes it pop. Such a beautiful polish, and it has this neon undertone to it, which I do appreciate, because I'm not the biggest fan of neons, but that kind of changed this summer, but we'll get into that in my monthly manicures. And we have Polish for Days Hitchhiking Ghosts. This one did come out originally in September's polish pickup for 2020. It was the Halloween theme, and this is based off the characters at the Haunted Mansion on that ride. Yeah, what can I say about this polish other than that it's outstanding? It has so many shifts in it, and I really wasn't originally drawn to it when so many people are talking about it, but I started to see the different shifts in it through swatch pictures, and this seriously kind of glows in the dark a little bit. It's just so bright and vibrant. It just pops with shifts of teal and a bit of violet too. Oh, chef's kiss. I was so happy when this came back for Rewind. I think it's come back for Rewind once or twice. I'm thinking once. And with good reason. Polish for Glaze makes absolutely gorgeous glowy polishes along with their flakies. Just an outstanding one, and this one is so worth the hype. Next, we have Wildflower Lacquer's Moonstone. Now, I really want to say this polish is all shimmer, because as you can see from this bottle shot, it just looks like a shimmer bomb, if that's even a thing. I want to compare it to a flaky bomb, but it is a shimmer, and it is such a beautiful one. It's this opalescent white with this strong blue ethereal shimmer. I am really into these glowy polishes right now. I did try this one back in February of this year, and it instantly became a favorite for the brand. It's come back a few times now, and it's a bit sought after, since Wildflower Lacquer doesn't keep the same polishes in stock consistently. But oh, this one is so pretty, and I hope when she does bring it back, there won't be a 2.0 version, because I definitely want this version right here. This is one of my favorite swatches I've taken this year, definitely. Next, we have one of 90 Lacquers from their smoothie bar collection. This is called Dragonfruit Freeze. I don't remember if this one came out before or after, because it did come out in a trio originally, but either way, I think this polish just set the standard for black flakies for me. It applies beautifully. I've seen people struggle with this application a bit, but for me, the flakies lie quite beautifully, and I'm trying not to build this up too much, because I am trying to savor this polish. It is definitely one of my favorites that I've tried this year. It's just so beautiful. I have seen flaky toppers that can do the same effect, but there's nothing but like having the originals of polishes that you want in your collection. So I really do hope that Zest comes back, because this polish just set the standard for black flakies for me, and to me, I feel like that's why it's worth the hype. And last but not least, we are looking at ILNP's Eclipse. I think everybody knows why this is worth the hype. When this polish came out, I don't think any of us had seen a multi-chrome like this, from black to red. It is that perfect Halloween duochrome shift of a polish. It is beautiful. Has most ILNPs. This does build up pretty sheer. And I believe this actually did come out in ILNP's first ever Halloween collection. I tried to look if there was any collections that were Halloween festive before this, and I didn't see any, so I think this is one of their first. And what a great start for the brand for their seasonal Halloween collection. I mean, this is beautiful. You're not going to see much of the shift on my swatch here, but I did want to show you guys how this polish builds up because it's gorgeous, and you can definitely see the shift here in my swatch picture. This polish is definitely worth the hype. I'm in love with it, and it's definitely one of my favorites from the brand. Alright guys, that was it for this video. Let me know what you thought of these 10 picks. I do think these are polishes that I will go back to seasonally. And like I said, some of them weren't even on my radar until I kept seeing swatches, especially when it comes to Hitchhiking Ghosts and Eclipse. I had some hesitation towards Eclipse because not all ILNP's duochromes really shift on your nails, but I did find that was one of the first ones that I tried that really did. And as I've tried others, they do they're not as strong as Eclipse, but that one really set the standard for me with duochromes. And there's been so many brands that have replicated it, but that one's the OG, so it makes it, you know, the best one in my opinion. That could be biased too, but you know. Anyhow, let me know your most hyped polishes that you saw but did not purchase. I'm interested to know, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Take care.